understanding and navigating your emotions is such a hard thing to do. Like, out of every single thing that you could be going through, whether it's good, bad, easy, hard, up here determines your perception, and how it really is. If you're having a great day, your mind is in such a warm and safe place. If you're having a bad day, your head is filled with negative thoughts. There are so many different ways and techniques that you can deal with your thoughts. And I think one of the hardest times I know I have with, or deal with, and I think that most people have, is when we are spinning constantly about our current situation, or the current thing that happened, or the past, or the future, or literally everything in between. It's hard. And so, one of the best ways to slow down your mind is to slow down your breathing. Even if you're just breathing at a regular resting heart rate, and it's normal, and your head is going at 1,000 miles an hour, take a deep breath in and let it out. We underestimate the things that we can do with a single breath, but we overestimate all the things that we can physically do to help our mind. I kind of think about the box technique, or I think of the rectangle technique of breathing in for like 2 seconds and then breathing out for 2 seconds, or breathing in for 2 seconds and breathing out for 4 seconds, plus or minus, whatever you'd like. The second way that I really like to think about things with my head spinning is I ask myself, Emma, what are you doing? Where are you at? We can multitask. Multitask is basically our middle names, that we can be thinking about something, being somewhere else, but physically doing computer work. It's strange. And so when we're thinking constantly, we don't have a lot of time to be. And I think when we wake up, when we have our conscience become more aware, we become more intentional with our thoughts of, oh, this isn't really me thinking, this is just like my head spinning and spinning, like I'm physically in the classroom, in the shower, running, in the car, listening to music, like so many different things. I think the example that comes up for me the most, or that I think of constantly, is you driving, listening to music or to a podcast, and thinking about how crappy your day was. You're not listening to the podcast, you're not really paying attention to the traffic. You're up here, but you're physically driving. And so when you ask yourself, oh, where am I? You're like, oh, I'm in the car driving home from work. Oh, I guess I was just thinking about how crappy my day is. Oh, let me resume to my podcast. Spending time up here takes us away from time out in the physical world. And it's hard. And it's so hard when we're trying to process all of our feelings, everything that someone said to us, our hormones, our life events, our family problems. One of my friends was telling me that so many things about her family, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And on top of that, you had to deal with school. She was like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I would have like an aneurysm. You are allowed to feel, to think, to figure out what's going on, like to comprehend, to try to understand every single thing that you've been through. But when it begins to start to overtake your life, reclaim yourself, reclaim your presence, your being, where you're at, what you're doing. Because living up here in a crazy tornado running around like a chicken with your head cut off is not fun. It's simply not fun at all. And it's most likely not a place that you want to be, because not many people will say, I love when my head's going crazy thinking about the past and the future and what I should have done and could have done differently and things that you don't like. Because it takes you away from being present. And it takes us away from what we're grateful for. And I think one of the things that, I guess, a cherry on top of all that is finding gratitude. So often we can hate on things, we can say we dislike things, we're so negative, so yada yada. Complain, complain, complain. But what good does that do? What good does that genuinely do? Like, you complaining about traffic, you complaining about paper towels, you complaining about how crappy your day was, you complaining about what so-and-so said behind your back? What good does that do? Because you're just keep replaying the past and the things that you don't like and creating such a negative headspace for yourself. What left is there for you to be positive about? Guilty. So guilty. I'm like talking about this because I've done this. And I've literally kind of lost gratitude for a bit. That I've kind of tried to just survive, and I forgot how good life is when you see how good life is. I was going on Instagram. I really need to get better at that because I really just need to deactivate my account because I'm on Instagram way too much. And I saw this wedding picture and I'm like, oh, she's like getting married. Okay, cool. And turns out she has like an internal disease, like cancer. She has cancer. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and she's getting married. Oh my gosh. And it just blew my mind that she has like a very high stage cancer and it's spreading. And I'm like over here complaining in my head and running things over and over and over again and dramatizing all these things that are going on. And I'm like, Emma, this woman has stage 4 cancer. She's just trying to survive. She's just trying to eat. She's going through chemotherapy, radiation treatment. And you're complaining about the tiniest things about your life. First world problems. And she's fighting for her life. Emma, stop complaining. And I was like, man, yeah, I really should stop complaining. I have nothing to complain about. I am perfectly healthy. I'm perfectly fine. I have a perfectly able body. Like, I have friends. I have family. I need to stop complaining. And it just made me just go like, oh, shoot. You know? I think I might honestly deactivate my account for a bit. I'm not gonna lie, because that's the only way that I'll stop using Instagram. So, yeah. Kind of just put me in a reality check of having gratitude. Stop getting in my head. Because I think a lot of the things that we obsess about are things that have happened to us. At least I'm guilty of that. And when we can see the things as happening for us, rather happening to us, we can shift our perspective of gratitude and learning and having that appreciation for life rather than that constant negativity. Because it's so much easier to be negative. It's so much easier to see the bad things in our life rather than the so many good things. Because when I feel like it's just so instinctive, intuitive. Because if somebody were to compliment you about your hair, about your dress, about your shorts, about your shoes, X, Y, and Z, you'd be like, oh, thank you, have a good day. But if somebody said they hated your shirt If somebody said, oh, your hair is so ugly, I hate that haircut on you, you'd be like, oh my gosh, so-and-so said this about me. I can't believe them. And you would rant about it forever and ever and ever. I know I'd probably be upset for a bit. And yet we don't take that compliment and say, oh, I guess I really do like my shirt. It is really cute. It does flatter me. Or, my hair was cute today. Maybe I should do it like that again. Like, I really liked it and it just seemed cute on me. And so did other people think the same? No. Because I honestly do not understand why we humans do that. That we instinctively connect and hold on to like the negative things that have happened to us instead of the positive things. I don't know. Maybe that's for another thing. Maybe for another topic of the day. But yeah. I think kind of just trying to snap yourself out of that negative wave. Asking yourself, what am I grateful for? Where am I at? And taking deep breaths will get us a lot farther and help us be a lot happier than just ruminating and just continuing that negative feeling within ourselves. And it's our responsibility to find those tools and to proactively make those intentional steps to find ways that make our headspace a safe place for us to be. Food for thought.